You told me your name? No. What's your name? What?
You know your name, boy.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Gibson Charleston. Who's your sister?
Which sister?
But he's her sister.
Oh, did I ask you?
Too bad though, 'cause she asked you anyway, so I'll
No.
Stop.
He said it right. They did not answer.
That's my god sister.
What's that?
Is your sister? Yeah, you look. Rachel. Rachel. I know your name, Rachel.
I gotta get Don't hit the camera, please.
I see it.
Deborah.
No, I'm Deborah.
You're Deborah.
My name is Theodore, but you can call me Dory if you don't get my name.
Dory.
Theodore.
I got your name.
Theodore.
1, 2, 3, Charleston, right?
Just want to.
Okay. If you don't get Dory's name, just call it
Stop me.
Here.
What's the injury? What's the injury?
I think you're strong.
Man, put the chair down, son. From,
How old are you?
how old are you, Rachel? I mean, Sarah? From 9 on up.
And I'm 10.
9 up. So you're the youngest? No, he looks like the youngest. Oh, the
He's 9.
9.
I'm 9.
Okay. All right, sir. Well, I am here today, right?
God.
What do they call you?
Reverend Jackson.
Because Reverend Jackson asked me to come and speak to you guys, right?
Yes.
I am a dentist by profession, but I have kids, and I have nieces, and I have nephews. So one of the things he wants me to talk to you about is oral hygiene and body hygiene. What's body hygiene?
Your underpits and all stuff like that.
Correct. How you maintain that area on a regular basis.
You take shower, put deodorant, and lotion up.
So
Keep
see,
it
you can keep my talk over here. Tell me your name again, Mr. College going.
My name is Gito Luxemore.
Gito, all right. That's all right. I'll call you Gito. G?
Yeah, G.
G, all right, G. So, did you hear what he just
I'm
said?
G2 dance.
Body hygiene is taking a shower every day.
That's me.
Good. That's good. So when you get up in the morning, before you go to school, you do take a shower,
Brush
right?
your teeth? Yes.
And before you go to bed,
Brush your teeth?
you do take a shower.
Yes.
Or we
Brush
should.
your
If you
teeth.
don't, you should. You feel fresher. Why? Because the body inherently has bacteria all over it. You're walking on the street, it's windy, dust get on you, you feel dirty, right? So when you go home, you need to take
bath.
a bath. Take a bath,
Brush your
take a
teeth.
shower. We'll get to the teeth. I won't forget that part. Okay? Deodorant. There are different kinds of deodorant you can use. You can use one that smells good. You could use the one that has no odor. Some people are allergic to some kind of deodorants. And there are some that are nice and smell fresh. Girls like the sweet smelling ones. Boys like probably the ones that don't smell too, no smell, right? Right? Because you keep it calm. Mouth hygiene. The mouth, which is my area of specialty, so that's why I wouldn't forget it, G2, is very important. Why? When you get up in the morning and you didn't brush your teeth before you went to bed, how does your mouth smell?
Dirty, garbage, bad. And garbage. And if you still do that,
Right.
you can get cavities.
See, you got smart people here. Everybody could do I said I didn't have to be here. All right, exactly. If you don't brush your teeth, you could get cavities. And cavities is formed from the food being left on your teeth too long. If you leave it on your teeth for too long, what happens is that the bacteria which lives in your mouth starts to eat that food that you left on your teeth. And by the bacteria eating, the bacteria is pooping and peeing in your mouth. Right? It poops and it pees in your mouth and it causes acid to be released. Anybody knows what acid is? Gino, Ito knows.
saying that break down molecules or
It breaks it down.
Yeah.
So the teeth become softened.
Go ahead, Gino.
Right? And when it becomes softened, it breaks. And when it breaks, that's how a cavity is formed. So it is very important for you to brush your teeth. Most important time to brush your teeth is before you go to bed. And which other time?
When you
In the
wake
morning.
up.
There you go. Correct. But you know why I didn't say that one first? Tell me why I didn't say that one first. Why?
Because some people, they eat breakfast first and then brush their teeth.
Right. But guess what? You're going to remember to do that before you go through the door. Because you don't like how your breath smells. Right? But most people forget to do it before they go to bed. Because we're too busy. It's too much work. It's too much work to get up and go do it. We sometimes eat in the bed before we go to bed. There's a little snack at the bedside table. Guilty. So comes tonight, we're not going to do that, right? You do that?
No, I never heard of that.
There's like cake.
There you go.
No,
Ice cream?
At the bed?
No.
People eat in the bed, they're watching television, and they're eating their comfort food, we call it.
Yeah,
It's too much to get up to go to the bathroom to brush your teeth, so I'm going to bed. And what's in my mouth tastes good right now. But when you leave it there, you're feeding the bacteria. And what the bacteria does, it produces acid, and the acid breaks down your teeth and you get a cavity. Another thing, plaque, which is food that builds up in your mouth that you didn't brush off. It's food now plus the bacteria that forms plaque. Plaque could cause cavity, and plaque can also cause gum disease. What is gum disease? Gum disease is when you're brushing your teeth and your gum is bleeding. Does anybody see blood on your toothbrush when they brush?
Yeah, I used to do it hard. But,
When?
But my mom, when she brushed her teeth, I usually saw all the time blood coming out of her teeth all the time.
Alright? So I'm not going to tell you to go home and be a dentist, but tell mom to come see me.
My mom is at the church today.
She at church today? That's our own screener today. I won't let her know that you told me this, okay? So when you go home, tell mom what I said. Because it's something called gum disease or periodontal disease. I'm going to give you these to take home. So it's some facts on gum disease, and it tells you what gingivitis is. Gingivitis, a lot of young kids have that. That's when your gums start to swell up and it bleeds. So in a kid, usually we'll see gingivitis. In adults, we'll see what's called periodontitis. And periodontitis is inflammation of the gum, right? Also, if you look in some kids' mouth, they have black stuff along their gum line and along their teeth. It's more prevalent in adults than in kids. So we are trying to give you this information now so you prevent getting to that stage, okay? Because you're going to be brushing your teeth how many times a day?
2.
Twice a day. Which 2 times?
At night and morning.
There you go. So not just at night. What time at night?
8 o'clock.
No.
7.
Tell me.
7 o'clock.
before you go to
Not
bed?
necessarily time, but when? When at night?
After you eat.
After you eat, yes.
Before you
But
go to bed.
there you go. Who said it?
You can check.
Before you go to bed. That is key. Because yes, you can eat at 8 o'clock, but you didn't go to bed until 9 o'clock and you forget. And if you brush at 8 and then go eat something else after you've brushed, does make sense. Okay? What else? Any questions for me? Yes?
Oh, which one?
Yes, Rachel?
What about if you have braces?
If you have braces, you probably have to brush 3 times more. Why? Because the braces they're brackets on your teeth, and you could look at hers. It traps food around it. So probably you have to brush after every meal. So after each meal, you need to brush so that the food does not build up around your brackets to cause cavities. Yes?
Can the plaque grow on your
Yes, it gets more. It's not really growing, it's attaching to your tooth surface.
But can you get something and take it off?
You could brush by brushing. Brushing will remove the plaque. If plaque stays on your teeth too long, it becomes that dark brown stuff that I told you about, and that is now called tartar or calculus. You can't brush that off. You got to see the dentist for that. Yes, Rachel?
How do you know if you have healthy teeth?
Healthy teeth?
How do you know?
No cavities. Good breath. No bleeding when you brush. No swelling of the gums. But no shaking of your teeth. Unless you're a young 9-year-old or up to 12-year-old where you're losing your baby teeth, then the baby ones become loose and they come out. But once you get your permanent teeth, they're not supposed to move.
Like mine.
Yes.
I have
Oh, you're 10? You're 10? You're good?
when my teeth comes out, you see all the blood.
Correct. And that is because around the tooth, there are fibers that keep it in, and that's live. And that's how teeth are nourished, because we have to feed the tooth. If you don't feed it, then it's rotten, right? So by feeding it, the blood supply goes to it. So when you take it out, you've now disconnected it. So it bleeds a little bit, but it doesn't bleed for long, because that's the body trying to get the big ones to come up. Because if you notice, when it comes out, there's no root on it. You just got a little shout.
Is it bad if you never lose your baby teeth?
It's not bad if there is no permanent tooth underneath there. Because some people don't lose their baby teeth because they don't have big teeth to replace it. So that's how good God is. God is smart. He made us, right? So he's smart. So what happens when we're losing teeth is because the big one in the gum is trying to come up. While it's coming up, it is what's called resorbing or shaving off the root of the baby tooth. And when that's all shaved off, that's when that baby tooth becomes loose. Because if you notice, after you lose your baby tooth, like a couple weeks afterwards, the big tooth, there's a big tooth popping up. Right? So it's a process. And that's how good our God is. Yes, G.
Just like our new teeth is big.
Say that again?
It's big.
Or the big teeth are big?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
because
hate it. I
no.
wish I have 3 teeth.
Why?
Because it's too big.
You're telling God he didn't do a good job?
No.
Think about it. Oh, okay, good point. Think about it, right? When you get older, do you want to have tiny teeth?
Yes.
That big head?
Do you want Mr. Jackson to have tiny teeth like your baby teeth at his
Yes.
size?
Yes.
Why?
Because
But you're gonna eat more stuff.
if you don't eat, you're not gonna have big teeth.
You need your teeth to eat. Duh. Think about it.
I
If
wish
you
I
have-
drink water.
We're gonna put you on a special diet. Yes, dearie.
My mom told me those 2 teeth
Mm-hmm.
takes a little bit time to grow.
The 2 bottom ones there. Let me see which one you're missing. Yeah, because those are the canines. So they have long roots and they come up pointy. You know why they're called canines?
Yeah,
Gee.
they rip it up.
Gee, tell me.
They sharp.
Why?
Because you eat,
You
like
use
when-
them to bite.
chips.
yeah,
But which animal is called a canine?
a dog.
Yes. So if you look on a doggy, it has these 2 long pointy teeth on the side. So we
My
have,
dog. My
yes.
dog too.
So you could, there you go. So you use it to rip it. You use it to rip into stuff. All right. Yes, Rachel.
For braces, when like let's say like your wire is on the side and it scratches your gums and then your gums start to turn like weird. It's like messy.
It starts to bleed.
Not really bleed. It's like kind of like
Yeah, that's irritation. And the body is healing itself, so that's why it becomes white. But that is so normal with braces because the mouth is not supposed to have that stuff in there scratching on your gum. So the body wants to heal so that you don't have any pain or you don't have any bleeding, so it becomes white. Yes.
Do you think braces is necessary?
It's a personal choice. There is a place for braces if your teeth are not straight. Then you need braces to straighten your teeth. If you don't like your spaces between teeth, then you need braces to close those spaces. You have nice, pretty smile, so if all of them are nicely aligned, then you don't need braces. So it's a personal preference. It's a personal preference. So there is a place for it. In other words, if you have a cavity, we gotta fill the cavity. Right? If you have a tooth that needs a root canal, right, which is taking out the nerve of the tooth, not taking out the tooth itself, trying to save your own tooth, then you do a root canal. So braces does have a place.
Why when people don't have braces they go every 6 months, but people who have braces go every single month?
Right, because in doing braces, you're trying to accomplish something. You're either trying to straighten the teeth, or you're trying to straighten the teeth by making them on one line, or you're trying to close spaces. That takes time. And with braces, we are moving teeth. And as you move the teeth, when you look, let me show you an example. You're all smart, so I could do it. If this is a tooth, right? It is housed by bone. If I want to move the tooth to the right, to my right, then something has to happen. Because remember, bone is here and bone is here, right? So in order for teeth to move, the wire and the bracket is putting force on that tooth. So if the tooth is coming this way, what has to happen to this bone, G?
It had to move too, right?
There you go. It has to be broken down. So that bone is becoming soft on this side of the tooth. And over here, there is new bone being produced. Because we're now creating a space. So as you move it, this breaks down, this builds up. You go every month for what's called an adjustment. Because the wire has memory. And if teeth are moved a certain distance, then we now have to do what's called a retie. Or we got to put some different kind of force on the tooth for it to come together, come back, go sideways, or to accomplish our goals. So that's why you have to go every month for braces. 6 months for cleaning. You have to go every 6 months for cleaning because a professional clean lasts for about that time. Why? The bacteria build up or start to overgrow within a 6 month period. And that's why they recommend you going every 6 months for your cleaning by the dentist.
When I lost my teeth here, it like never, it's like my mom said it would take a long time to grow back, but only a little bit grew, and then my mom said, so she said that it will take a long time to grow back because it just got.
Right, well that's why I was explaining to Dory that, look, you're 9, right? She's 10. You have those teeth. She doesn't. So everybody is different. And the process is different for every child. So no one person is the same. Yes.
What kind of age range do you take?
I don't even know. I think we participate with most of them. I know MetLife, Aetna, Signal. So, but they'll have to call the office for that. I'm not sure. They're different kinds.
I got a question.
Yes.
I don't know what my father was telling me. story or whatever, but he said when he was young, he had 2 rows of teeth. 2 rows down here, 2 rows up here. Is that true?
It is, I've heard the story, it is possible, but usually what it is though, is like, if the baby tooth, and somebody asked the question earlier, if your baby teeth did not come out on time, then you end up having 2 rows of teeth because your baby teeth is there and the permanent one found another path to come through.
But would you have the same amount?
No, not necessarily.
He said that's the same.
You know, sometimes mom and dad, they tell us stories. They tell us stories. Yeah.
I have 2 questions. The first question is, for braces, do you need like a special toothbrush to use, or you can use like any?
You could use a regular toothbrush.
And for a second, like for different kinds of foods, like you know, like pretzels, so you can only eat like soft pretzels. You can't eat like the hard, long pretzels.
Yes. You know why, right?
Because they can like
Break your brackets. And then mom has to take time off from work to take you to the dentist to get it all done over.
Not all the time. Not all the time. You can wipe
Wow, that's a lot.
Any other questions? Let's hear from you.
Yeah, good love.
Yeah. Yes, you.
No one else to
Hmm?
No one
She's shy.
Why? I want you to say something. I want to hear from you. No?
You shy? You still shy?
You have no question? No? I'm sure you got a lot of questions.
Oh.
Tell G and he'll ask you.
Oh, she say that when you, like, you know, when you drink cold water and your teeth just, like, there's a pain.
Sensitive.
Yeah, sensitive.
You have that? See? I know you have that. What it is, sometimes what happens is that we brush our teeth too hard.
Oh.
And I know, being from the Caribbean myself, I'm from Jamaica, when our toothbrush used to be very hard. So when you brush your teeth, you could actually feel it brushing your gums. And most people were told somewhere in our lives that we should brush our gums. Don't do that. Because when you brush your gums, you're brushing it away. If you're washing your hand or your nail, you're not brushing the skin around it, correct? So the same thing with the gum. The gum is very soft. So if we're scrubbing hard and scrubbing on gums, we're brushing away the gums. And then what happens is that the tooth start to look longer.
Longer.
What is happening? Why does it look longer? We are now exposing the root of the tooth. The root of the tooth is where the nerve runs. So you're now exposing the nerve of the tooth. So when you drink anything that is too hot or too cold, it hits the nerve right away, hence we have pain.
Yes. Another question. Why did the top of your mouth, the top of your gum itch? Like, what do you brush up? Cause me, when I brush every part. I go Do you do that, or
Yeah,
you have to?
But like, as I said, do not brush your gums.
So brushing the top, isn't it gum on top of it?
It's not called gum, it's soft tissue. The gum is mostly around the tooth. Yes, there is gingival tissue. I guess you could call it gum, but it serves a different purpose. It covers the palate. There's also taste receptors in that area. And that's why if a person has denture, they do not taste their food as well as someone who does not. And if you notice the characteristic of the palate area, it's rough, it's groovy, right? So you don't need to brush it. The goal of brushing is to prevent plaque from building up. There is no plaque building up on your gum in that area, so you don't have to go crazy brushing it.
Okay.
If you want to tickle yourself, then you can do that.
When you brush it, you know, I never knew there was different style of brushing. Like, I heard there's circle, up and down, side.
Yeah.
Like, what is the best way to brush?
the science doesn't show any best way.
Alright.
So the goal is to get plaque off your teeth. Here's a test. When you're finished brushing, when after you brush your teeth, use your tongue to run it over your teeth. If it feels smooth to your tongue, you're done. If it does not, go back in the areas that is rough because there's still plaque on it and brush that area.
Okay.
Right? So whether you're using a circular one or an up and down one, as long as whatever it takes to get it off, get it off. Yes.
Why do some people they have a bump on their gum?
They have infection. They have what's called an abscess or a gum boil. And there's a reason for that. If you, again, sometimes if you have a cavity in your tooth, what happened, the cavity get down all the way, the cavity gets all the way to the nerve become infected, the body wants to get rid of that infection, so it takes the path of least resistance. And it comes out as a little bubble on the outside of your cheek. And that's called a gum boil. It's an infection. You, then you.
My question is that why, in my school or in the street, when you look at someone's teeth, sometimes it's kind of messed up.
They're probably not doing what I'm telling you to do. Or sometimes they're born with teeth that aren't. What do you mean by messed up?
It's kind of different.
It's different from yours?
Why to answer that? It's crooked.
It's crooked? Yes, and again, that's the place for braces. So not everybody born with straight teeth. Yes, you want to answer? Yes, so it depends on their so it depends. They're probably not doing what I'm telling you to do. They probably have a smoking habit. They probably were born with crooked. They could be born with crooked teeth. So it's many reasons. Yes.
I have two questions. The first question, is there a specific amount of teeth that parents and kids are supposed to have, or is it
Yes. Yeah.
What's the number?
Babies go up to 20. Baby go up to 20. And adults, by the time you are 18, 19, some people up to 25, you should have 32. Right? Why 32 and why do I say some people? There's, in each quarter of your mouth, there's what's called wisdom teeth. Right? So we have molars. We have 3 sets of molar. First molar, second molar, and third molar. Not everyone gets their third molar. So if you don't have your third molars, you could have anywhere from 28 teeth to 32 teeth. Yes, I've heard from you.
If your teeth finish growing, if it comes out, can it grow back?
If you had your permanent tooth and you lose your permanent tooth, can it grow back? No.
Can you get another one replaced?
You could get it replaced. You could get it replaced with some kind of bridge work or implant, but it's not gonna grow back because you get 2 sets of teeth. The baby teeth and your adult teeth.
Why do cavities usually start at the back?
Tell me why. Willie? Tell me why.
Because the back of your teeth, that's where you
Stop.
So that's so the eating comes inside the gaps of the teeth and that's how.
Thank you, love.
That is so correct. If you look at your back teeth, it has a wider surface because that's where you chew your food. The back teeth are called molars. Molars are to mash and chew your food. The front teeth are called incisors. Incise, use that to bite into food. So if you notice on your front teeth, they're flat. So they're more like an edge. They're sharp for you to cut through the food. So you cut it through in the front, then you take it to the back, and you mash it, you chew it. You get cavities back there because if you look at the surface of a molar, there's a lot of hills and valleys. There are grooves, and so food like to get stuck in there. And it leads me to something. When you are brushing, you need to brush the chewing surface of your back teeth. So the toothbrush must be going this way, right? So there are